Vorex Prime was not just a city. It was a living giant made of metal, light, and moving bridges that floated like streams in the air. Every species in the galaxy knew this place. It was the home of the High Council, the group of rulers who believed they controlled peace. But on this day, the city was quiet in a way it had never been before. The sky above the council tower had turned dark, as if even the sun refused to watch what was about to happen. Inside the massive council chamber, a small human child stood alone. Her name was Lena. She was only 9 years old. Her hands were shaking. Her eyes kept looking around, full of fear and confusion. She did not understand why thousands of alien eyes were staring at her like she was a monster. The chamber was circular, huge, and full of tall glowing pillars. The floor under her feet changed colors as she moved, reacting to her heartbeat. The High Council members sat in elevated seats made of floating stone. Their faces were cold. Their long robes moved like shadows. The air was heavy. A tall alien with a long neck and shimmering blue skin stood up. His voice echoed around the chamber. "Human child," he said, "you are dangerous." Lena's voice trembled. I didn't do anything." The aliens did not care. Another council member struck her staff against the ground. "Humans evolve too fast. They learn too fast. They grow too fast. The council has studied your kind. You are a threat to universal control." Lena stepped back. Her small feet made a soft sound on the smooth floor. "I just want to go home." But the chamber grew louder with alien whispers. Possible weapon. Possible future leader. Possible danger. Not one whisper said child. The council leader raised her hand, and the whole chamber went silent. She had 4 eyes, all fixed on Lena, and her voice sounded like it came from inside stone. "We do not need proof. We only need prevention. The council orders execution." Lena gasped. "No, please." Before she could move, before she could scream again, the execution platform lit up beneath her feet. Blue energy rose like fire from under the floor. The light grew brighter and brighter. The council watched with cold eyes. A flash. A sound like air exploding. And the child was gone. No body. No cry. Only silence. A silence so deep that even the machines in the chamber seemed afraid to make noise. For a moment, no one spoke. No one moved. The council believed they had made the galaxy safer. They believed the humans would fear them. They believed they had done something necessary. They had no idea what they had started. Far away, across star systems, a hidden drone recorded everything. A small human spy device, no bigger than a fly, had captured every second of Lena's death. It carried the video back to human space. And within hours, the entire human network had seen it. Billions of humans, soldiers, workers, children, elders, watched the same moment. The flash. The scream. The silence. Human colonies across the galaxy stopped their daily routines. Factories paused. Ships slowed. Even entertainment channels turned black. And then something strange happened. Earth gave no response. No message. No threat. No warning. The whole galaxy waited for the famous human anger, the human fire, the human pushback. But Earth remained silent. The aliens felt relief at first. If Earth said nothing, maybe the humans were scared. Maybe the humans were weak. Maybe killing the child had sent a powerful message. Some alien news channels even mocked humans. They do not dare speak. They are afraid of the council. They will stay quiet. But silence is not always fear. Sometimes silence is the sound of something dangerous preparing to move. On the far edge of the Milky Way, Earth floated in the dark of space, calm like a sleeping giant. But around Earth, something began to change. Deep inside the planet's orbital shipyards, massive machines started to activate. These machines had been asleep for years, waiting for a single command. The lights inside the shipyards flickered on. Lines of metal platforms opened. And inside those platforms, something began to wake. Gigantic human warships, covered in steel armor that could survive a star's heat, powered up one by one. Their engines glowed like angry suns. Their cannons rolled into position. Their wings expanded like giants stretching after a long sleep. For years, these ships had been silent. Now they were alive again. Inside Earth's orbital command station, a cold, emotionless AI came online. Its single glowing eye opened like a predator in the dark. It scanned billions of signals until it found the one video that awakened it, the video of Lena. It replayed the final seconds. Flash. Scream. Silence. And then the AI spoke, its voice calm, icy, and terrifying. Prepare the steel response. Across the solar system, alarms rang. Engines roared awake. Human soldiers rushed to their stations. The steel fleet slowly lifted its weapons toward the stars. Earth had been silent. But now, Earth was waking. And when Earth wakes, the galaxy remembers. Humans do not forget. Humans do not forgive. Humans answer. The steel fleet did not launch immediately. It waited, silent, patient, like a storm gathering strength. Inside the solar system, every radar, every satellite, every hidden defense grid slowly shifted its eyes toward the stars. Humanity was not speaking to the galaxy, but every human world felt the same thing. Something was coming. Something powerful. Something final. Inside Titan Command Base. On Saturn's moon Titan, deep under layers of ice and pressure shields, the Titan Command Base glowed like a beating heart. This was the place where Earth's leaders made decisions that shaped entire eras. The air inside the control chamber was tense. Holograms showed the video of Lena on repeat. Some officers had tears in their eyes. Others clenched their fists so hard that their knuckles turned white. General Eric Vance stood at the center table. His face was calm, but his eyes carried a storm. He looked at the council's final moment before the child vanished. The flash. The scream. The silence. The room waited for him to speak. He didn't shout. He didn't slam his fist. His voice was flat, but each word felt like steel. They killed a child. No one replied. No one needed to. The entire galaxy already knew. General Vance continued, if they do this today, they will do worse tomorrow. Not just to humans, to anyone they fear. A commander stepped forward. Sir, the council expects us to stay quiet. They believe we are afraid to start a war. General Vance shook his head slowly. No. They believe humans are like them, political, slow, cold. He looked around the room. But we are not like them. Humans do not hurt children. Humans do not respond with silence because of fear. Our silence means we are preparing. A soft hum filled the base as the hologram of the steel fleet appeared above the table, hundreds of massive steel ships, each built for one purpose, ending threats. General Vance raised his voice only slightly. Activate the fleet. Not for war. For justice. Earth breaks its silence. Across human space, communication towers came alive. Lights flashed. Signals spread. Every human colony received the same message. Prepare for response protocol. Protect civilians. Await further command. No one panicked. Humans had faced extinction many times in history. But something was different this time. This time, the threat was not an enemy species. Not an invasion. Not a war for territory. This time, the enemy had killed a child. That single truth lit a fire across human civilization. Alien reactions across the galaxy. When alien nations saw humans finally sending out signals, panic spread. Smaller species who knew human history whispered in fear. Humans are waking. Earth is not speaking. That means they are planning. The Council made a mistake. A big one. But the High Council on Vorex Prime acted differently. They laughed. They stood in their chamber, watching the first human transmission reports. Their leader waved a dismissive hand. They bluff. Humans always pretend they are stronger than they are. Another counselor nodded. They don't dare attack us. Not after we warn them. A third counselor, older and wiser, shifted uncomfortably in his seat. Maybe we pushed too far. But no one listened to the old one. They believed they were safe. They were wrong. Inside the Steel Fleet flagship. On the largest human warship, the HSS Iron Dawn, Captain Mara Alien stood before a massive viewing screen. She was a legend, one of the few humans who had fought in the border wars and lived. Her voice was calm, precise, like someone who had accepted death long ago. Her crew waited. Begin full system checks, she ordered. Bring reactors to combat-ready status. Prepare FTL jump coordinates for Vorex Prime. Her second officer, a young but sharp lieutenant, hesitated. Captain, if we jump with the entire fleet, the galaxy will think we're starting a war. Captain Alien turned her eyes toward him, firm and cold. They already started a war when they killed Lena. The lieutenant lowered his head. Yes, Captain. The AI speaks again. The bridge lights dimmed as the fleet AI appeared as a glowing white sphere above the center console. All human AIS had one core rule: protect humanity at any cost. The sphere pulsed softly. Fleet status, prepared. Weapons, online. Shields, at maximum. Threat level, severe. Captain Alien spoke without looking up. AI, state your assessment. The AI paused exactly 1 second. The Council underestimated human response capability. Probability of total alien political collapse if Steel Fleet arrives, 87%. Probability that humans will stand down after justice, 3%. Murmurs filled the bridge. Captain Alien nodded once. Good. We proceed. The Steel Fleet awakens. The solar system shook as engines the size of mountains ignited. Human warships rose from their docks like sleeping dragons opening their wings for the first time in centuries. Their steel hulls reflected the light of distant stars. Rows of cannons glowed. Shields hummed with energy. Every ship in the fleet spoke the same message in their internal channels. For Lena. The humans did not chant loudly. They did not scream. They simply prepared. Humanity had only one rule that every species knew. Harm a child, and Earth will rise. Back on Vorex Prime. The Council finally received a report from one of their spies. The message was short, shaking, terrified. Council. Earth is moving. Their ships, thousands, are waking. The Council leader smirked. Let them come. They cannot win. But then a second message arrived. A message that froze the entire chamber. They are not preparing for war. They are preparing for punishment. And for the first time, the Council felt fear. End of Part 2 Suspense. Back on the HSS Iron Dawn, Captain Alien gave the command the galaxy feared most. Engage FTL. The stars stretched into lines. The fleet vanished. Earth's wrath was now officially coming. And the galaxy whispered. Earth does not forgive. The galaxy had seen wars. It had seen empires rise and fall. It had seen species vanish forever. But it had never seen Earth stay silent for so long. Silence from humans was the most dangerous sign. The Council believed the silence meant fear. The smaller nations believed it meant danger. The Steel Fleet, already in FTL, knew exactly what it meant. Earth was choosing its words. And humans choose their words only once. The Steel Fleet in FTL space. Inside the glowing blue tunnel of FTL, the human fleet moved like a steel river across the stars. The stars stretched into long lines of white light. Every ship vibrated softly as they cut through space like knives. Inside the flagship HSS Iron Dawn, the crew sat silent, waiting for the message that would go to the entire galaxy. Captain Mara Alien stood in front of the main holoscreen. Her posture was straight. Her face calm. Her eyes cold. The fleet AI floated behind her as a sphere of light. Message draft is ready, Captain, the AI said. Captain Alien nodded. Play. The AI projected a simple sentence in white letters. Return the child's body. Return the truth. Or we come. A whisper moved across the bridge. Everyone understood the meaning. This was not a diplomatic message. This was not negotiation. This was a warning. The last warning. Back on Earth, the decision room. On Earth, in a protected bunker deep under the Himalayan mountains, the human leadership gathered around a circular table. Each person represented a major human colony. They argued for hours. Some wanted war. Some wanted diplomacy. Some wanted justice without destruction. But when the video of Lena appeared again on the screen, the room went silent. The Earth Chancellor spoke at last, her voice soft but filled with steel. No matter our politics, no matter our differences, we all agree. We will not let them erase a child. A military officer asked, shall we allow the fleet to send their message? The Chancellor took a deep breath. Yes. Let the galaxy hear us. She pressed her palm against the table. A signal left Earth. A signal that traveled faster than light, faster than fear. The message was sent. Across the galaxy, reactions to the message. In seconds, every alien species received the message on their holoscreens. The words were simple. Cold. Human. Return the child's body. Return the truth. Or we come. No threats. No insults. No loud anger. Just a promise. In the Keeler Republic, a reptilian government member whispered. They are not asking for justice. They are warning of consequences. In the small Mikai Union, their leader trembled. The Council has doomed us all. Humans do not bluff. On the trade world of Velaran, thousands gathered around public screens. They watched the message repeat again and again. A merchant spoke softly. When humans speak softly, run. Inside the High Council chamber, panic starts. On Vorex Prime, the council gathered around the message on their massive display. The council leader frowned. This is meaningless. Humans cannot touch us. A younger counselor looked terrified. They sent no insults. No emotion. Just a demand. So? The leader replied angrily. The young counselor swallowed hard. Species who send emotional messages are afraid. Species who send angry messages want attention. But species who send cold messages. He trembled. They are already certain of victory. The room fell silent. Alien allies warned the council. The council expected support from the galaxy. But instead, the warnings began. A message from the Zeraki Empire arrived first. Do not underestimate Earth. They destroyed our entire invasion fleet 200 years ago with half their ships. Next came a message from the Maika. Return the child. Admit the truth. The humans only give one chance. Then the Kelvary rulers. We will not defend you in conflict. We fear what humans will do if provoked. One by one, alien nations stepped back. The council was alone. Inside the Steel Fleet, preparations continue. Back in FTL, the human fleet checked every weapon. Cruisers aligned their rail cannons. Dreadnoughts powered their shield cores. Stealth ships activated their cloaking. Medics stood ready for casualties. Pilots whispered quiet prayers. Engineers tightened their gloves and closed their tool cases. Everyone knew. If the council refused, humanity would move with full force. But no one questioned it. Because every human remembered the same image. A child standing alone in the council chamber, terrified. And every human whispered the same words. For Lena. The message second shockwave. The message did more than create fear. It forced the galaxy to confront a truth they all avoided. The council was corrupt. The council used prevention as an excuse for cruelty. They silenced species. They erased evidence. They kept control by fear. And now they had pushed the wrong species. The galaxy began turning against them. News networks across alien worlds broadcast. Did the council kill an innocent? Is Earth seeking revenge or justice? Should the council step down? What is the Steel Fleet? Some alien citizens even protested. Return the child. The council lied. Humans deserve answers. The council tower was no longer respected. It was surrounded by fear. Inside the council, denial turns to fear. The council leader slammed her claws on the table. These are lies. We do not bow to humans. But even she felt something cold in her chest when a report arrived. Human Steel Fleet will exit FTL near Vorex Prime in less than 9 hours. The older counselor from before whispered. They are coming. And they will not negotiate. The leader hissed, we still hold power. The older one shook his head. Power is useless against a species that fights for its children. End of Part 3 Suspense. Back in FTL space, Captain Mara Elian read the final update. Council refuses. No answer from them. She nodded once. The room fell silent. Prepare for atmospheric entry. We go to Vorex Prime. The AI pulsed brightly. Steel Fleet will arrive in 8 hours. Captain Elian whispered the words that would shake the galaxy. Then we give them their last sunrise. The fleet continued through the blue FTL tunnel. And the galaxy held its breath. The blue tunnel of FTL space twisted like a living storm around the human fleet. Hundreds of steel warships sliced through the light, silent and focused. The ships did not shake. Their engines did not fail. Their crews did not blink. They were not traveling to explore. They were not traveling to negotiate. They were traveling to end a crime. Inside the flagship HSS Iron Dawn, Captain Mara Elian watched the countdown appear in the air before her. FTL exit, 4 minutes. Her crew looked calm, but every heart beat with the same fire, anger mixed with duty. The ship's AI pulsed softly above the command table. Captain, it said, Vorex Prime defenses are active. Shields, cannons, orbital platforms, anti-fleet mines. Captain Elian nodded once. They know we are coming. Probability of immediate attack upon arrival, 92%, the AI added. A small smile touched her lips. Let them try. The Council prepares for war, or tries to. Far across normal space, the alien world Vorex Prime burned with activity. Giant cannons rose on the surface. Warships launched from hangars. Thousands of drones filled the sky like silver insects. The High Council watched the chaos from their tower. Good, the council leader said. When they arrive, we destroy their first ship. Humans respect strength. The old counselor shook his head. No. Humans respect justice. You killed a child, and now? Silence, the leader shouted. We control the galaxy. We control order. But the younger counselors exchanged nervous looks. The council had never faced humanity directly. They only knew human stories. Human history. Human victories. And those victories were always bloody. 8 seconds before FTL exit. Inside the Iron Dawn, a deep alarm sounded, slow, heavy, like a heartbeat of steel. Done. 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 The AI spoke again. Fleet transition in 8 seconds. All hands, brace. Every soldier grabbed their straps. Every pilot lowered their visor. Every medic held their breath. Captain Alien simply whispered. Lena, we're here. 3, 2, 1. The stars snapped open. The steel fleet appears. In one blinding flash of white, the entire human fleet tore out of FTL right above Vorex Prime. The shockwave shook the planet's upper atmosphere. Clouds twisted. Space itself trembled. Alien warships scrambled, trying to adjust their aim. But the humans were faster. The steel fleet moved in perfect formation, massive dreadnoughts in the center, cruisers around them, destroyers forming a spinning shield of metal. The human ships' hulls reflected the alien sun, making them glow like blades of silver. Vorex Prime had seen wars. It had seen empires fall. But it had never seen this. The galaxy watched, live, as humans arrived like judgment. Vorex Prime attempts to strike first. Sirens screamed across the alien planet. Fire all planetary cannons. Target the largest human ship. Prepare orbital mines. Energy beams rose from the surface and shot toward the Iron Dawn, bright purple lines racing through the sky. The human flagship did not move. At the last second, the ship's shields activated, silent, smooth, flawless. The beams hit. They scattered like sparks against an armored giant. Not a dent. Not a flicker. The bridge crew barely reacted. One officer looked at the readings and raised an eyebrow. Captain, their strongest cannon did the damage equal to one mosquito. A few soldiers laughed quietly. Captain Alien didn't. Do not return fire, she said. We are not here to start war. We are here to end a lie. The human broadcast. The AI opened communication channels across the planet. Every alien screen, every holo device, every communication tower suddenly switched to a single image. Lena. Her small face. Her fear. The moment before the flash. The video played in silence. Then the message followed. Human demand. Return the child's body. Return the truth. Or answer to Earth. Every being on Vorex Prime froze. Even the soldiers. Even the drones. Even the council. Because this time, it was not a threat. It was a sentence. Alien warships realized the truth. Up in orbit, alien captains examined human tech more closely. One muttered, their ships, they're too strong. Another said, their armor deflects energy. Their shields reflect plasma. We cannot break them. A third whispered, and they still have not fired a single shot. Fear grew. What kind of species waits under attack? A species that knows it cannot lose. The council begins to break. Inside the High Council Tower, panic finally appeared. The younger councillors pointed at the human fleet approaching slowly like storm clouds. If we fight, we die. If we hide, humans will find us. If we lie, the galaxy will turn against us. The leader slammed the table. We do not bow to humans. But her voice trembled. Because behind her, every screen showed the same thing. A child they had killed. Human ground forces prepare. Inside the Iron Dawn, Captain Alien received a report. Dropships are ready. Ground troops are ready. The forensic team is ready too. The forensic team was special. They were not soldiers. They were truth hunters. Captain, said the AI, we have located the council chamber. Probability of evidence still present, 41%. Good enough, she said calmly. Deploy the strike teams. Priority, recover the child. Secondary, reveal the truth. Her voice carried across all ships. Do not fire unless fired upon. Do not harm civilians. Do not harm innocent soldiers. We are not conquerors. We are here for justice. Her crew answered. For Lena. The descent to Vorex Prime. Hundreds of human dropships opened their steel wings and dived toward the alien capital. Flames wrapped around them as they tore through the planet's upper atmosphere. Aliens looked up from the streets, frozen with fear. The human ships did not shoot. They did not threaten. They descended like angels of judgment. Inside the lead dropship, Sergeant Hale tightened his armor. "We get the truth," he told his squad. "We bring her home." The dropships landed around the council tower. The human soldiers stepped out, silent, organized, determined. Not one alien attacked. They were too afraid. They had never seen soldiers move like that. They had never seen humans like this. End of Part 4. Suspense. Inside the council tower, doors shook as human soldiers approached. The council leader backed away, voice cracking. They dare invade our sacred chamber." The old counselor stared ahead. "No. They dare seek justice." The doors burst open. Human soldiers entered. Captain Alien stepped forward. Her voice was softer than a whisper. "Where is the child?" The galaxy held its breath. The galaxy had not seen movement like this in thousands of years. The humans called it one word. Mobilization. The gathering. From every human colony, every mining world, every research station, ships began to rise into space. Big ships, small ships, fast ships, and heavy ships. All of them answered the same message that Echo 9 sent. Stand with Earth. The galaxy watched a child die. Now the galaxy will watch us rise. In the deep silent space between stars, thousands of engines burned bright. The darkness began to fill with silver trails of human ships moving in straight, perfect lines. No fear. No hesitation. Only purpose. The steel halls of Titan Forge. On Titan Forge Station, the largest weapons factory ever built, engineers worked without sleep. Massive machines printed armor plates the size of houses. Giant robot arms welded new battleships every few hours. The workers did not complain. They did not stop. Every person whispered the same promise. For Lena. General Marcus arrived with his officers. They walked through the metal halls, watching the new war machines take shape. A bright blue glow pulsed through the floors, the heartbeat of Titan Forge. Marcus placed his hand on a cold steel wall. "It begins," he said quietly. His officers nodded. No one needed a speech. AI Command takes control. In the command tower, Admiral Rhea connected the AIS into the battle network. Echo 9. Echo 10. Echo 11. All linked together, their minds moving faster than any living brain. A giant holostar map came alive in the room. Hundreds of red points glowed. Each point was a council world. Rhea watched the map and took a deep breath. The AIS spoke in perfect sync. Steel March formation ready. Awaiting Earth's signal. The galaxy begins to panic. Alien governments saw the giant human fleets forming. For the first time, fear spread across the council species. There must be a misunderstanding, some said. We should talk to them, others begged. But humans gave no reply. Earth remained silent. That silence was more frightening than any threat. The first movement. Belter ships were the first to move. Heavy, dark, armored like floating mountains, they pushed forward with deep rumbling engines. Behind them came the Lunar Guard, shining white ships in tight formation. Then the Terran Navy, thousands of vessels in a wall of steel. A living horizon. No one in the galaxy had ever seen so many human ships flying with one goal. The message that changed everything. When the fleets reached the edge of council space, Earth finally spoke. A single transmission broadcast to every species. You killed a child. You called it justice. Now you will understand justice. The message ended. The stars remained quiet. Then, a low metallic sound spread through the darkness. Human warp drives charging. Every alien world felt the pressure in the air, like a storm preparing to break. The council high chamber sent one more desperate message. Humans, stop. We did not know she was. But they never finished the sentence. The steel march begins. Marcus stood on the bridge of the flagship Iron Will. The giant window showed thousands of ships behind him, glowing like an ocean of stars. He raised his hand. Echo 9, Marcus said, start the march. The AI responded. Steel response, Phase 1. Begin. The human fleets jumped forward in perfect unity. A bright flash filled the darkness. The steel march had begun. And every world in the council felt the ground shake. The steel march entered council space like a storm made of fire and metal. Every human ship moved with perfect discipline. Every engine burned with purpose. Every soldier carried the same memory. A small human child standing alone. A bright flash. Silence. Now the silence belonged to the galaxy. The first world falls silent. The human fleet arrived at the first Council border world, Vorex Outpost 7. Alien ships rushed to defend it, but Echo 9 had already predicted every movement. Human ships did not fire first. They only sent one message. Surrender. Or be removed from the stars. The aliens refused. 30 seconds later, the battle ended. No human ship was lost. Not one. The Council realized something terrible. The humans were not angry. They were determined. Anger is wild. Determination is unstoppable. Inside the Council chamber. Far away on Vorex Prime, the High Council argued in fear. This is impossible. Humans cannot build such ships. They must have hidden technology. We need peace, now. But none of their words mattered anymore. The Council speaker looked at the empty seat where Lena had once stood. For the first time, he felt something new. Guilt. But guilt was too late. Earth's true weapon arrives. As more worlds fell, the Council tried everything. Diplomacy, threats, lies, nothing stopped the Steel March. Then one day, the largest human ship ever built entered Vorex star system. A ship so huge that its shadow covered moons. The Titan of Earth. A living fortress. Its hull was covered in names, the names of every human child. At the front, in golden letters. Lena. Inside the bridge, General Marcus stood ready. Beside him floated Echo 9, its blue light flickering with calm power. We are at their capital, the AI said. Marcus nodded. Then we finish this. The final message. Before any attack began, Earth sent one last message to every screen in the galaxy. The entire galaxy watched. A simple video played, the same video the humans had seen. Lena standing scared. The Council declaring her dangerous. The flash of light. The child gone. Then a human voice spoke. This is why we march. This is why we bring steel. No threats. No insults. Just truth. Aliens who once hated humans now sat in silence. Some cried. Some shook in shame. For the first time, the galaxy understood. The Council had killed an innocent child. And Earth was not here for conquest. Earth was here for justice. The turning point. On Vorex Prime, citizens began protesting. Millions marched toward the Council building. Return the humans' child. End the Council. Justice for Lena. The Council sent soldiers, but they refused to fire on their own people. Their power was falling apart. Face to face with the Council. Human drop ships landed outside the High Council chamber. General Marcus and Echo 9 walked inside. The Council members trembled, expecting death. But Marcus did not raise a weapon. He simply said, "Where is the body?" The chamber stayed silent. Then one Council member whispered, We never found it. The energy beam did not kill her. It transported her. We do not know where she went." Echo 9's light flickered sharply. Marcus stepped forward. "Then you killed no child, but you tried to." The Council lowered their heads in shame. What will Earth do now?" "Earth's judgment." Marcus spoke with a steady voice. "No planet will be burned. No cities will be destroyed. We are not like you." Hope flashed in the Council's eyes, too quickly. Marcus continued. "But you will step down. The Council is finished. A new government will rise, one that protects every child of every species." The chamber filled with shocked gasps. Echo 9 added, "Justice is not death. Justice is change." The Steel March ends. With the Council dissolved, the human fleet stopped their advance. The great army of steel turned away, engines glowing like a rising sun. Across the galaxy, people cheered. Some cried in relief. Others whispered the same words. Humanity saved us, by scaring us all. Human ships returned to Earth. The great Titan of Earth docked above the blue planet like a guardian. General Marcus looked out into the stars. "We answered with steel," he said quietly. "But we did not break the galaxy. We fixed it." Echo 9 floated beside him. "There is one more mission," it said. Marcus looked at the AI. Echo 9 continued. "Find Lena." The story was not over. The galaxy had changed. But somewhere far away, a lost human child waited. And Earth would search every star to bring her home.